Year 12 and 23. Two worlds are about to collide over Eurasian steppes. From the east comes Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan is devouring kingdoms. Jebe, subutai, names that will write legends in European blood. 20,000 riders, a war machine perfected in 100 battles. Official mission, reconnaissance. Reality, Mongols never do just reconnaissance. The Cumans experience Mongol terror firsthand. Nomadic warriors are annihilated. Cuman tactics look like children's games. Surrounded, divided, completely destroyed. Khan Khotan flees north. His only hope, the Russian principalities. In Russian lands, life goes on peacefully. They ignore the cataclysm. Kiev, the golden city. Mstislav rules, ignorant of the mortal danger. Khotan begs for help desperately. Russian princes listen and then laugh. Mstislav the Bold urges action. We will crush these unknown Mongols. The princes agree through ambition, united only in their collective arrogance. The greatest Russian coalition assembles together. 80,000 warriors strong, heavy cavalry, disciplined infantry. They have 4-to-1 numerical superiority. The Russians lack something crucial: perfect Mongol intelligence gathering. Subutai is designing an impossible trap. Patience, discipline, perfect communication. The Russians march south confidently. Victory songs echo. The Russians suspect nothing. May 31st, year 1223. Kalka River. The two forces meet. 2,000 Mongols face 80,000 Russians. It seems absurd. Russian princes laugh mockingly. These are the terrible Mongols. Attack them. Russian cavalry charges forward. Victory is guaranteed. Glory is assured. They believe. The Mongols suddenly turn around. They are fleeing eastward. Cowardice! They shout loudly. Pursue them now! Exactly according to Mongol plan. Mongols don't flee in chaos. They control distance, shooting while retreating. 9 days of relentless pursuing. Scorching heat. Nights without deep rest. Russian horses are collapsing. Heavy armor crushes them. Supplies abandoned behind. The princes argue bitterly. Mstislav demands they continue. Others beg for caution. Disciplined formation crumbles rapidly. Disorganized columns form. Chaos is growing. Day 9 finally arrives. Jebe leads Russians exactly where Subutai waits. Kalka River terrain is perfect. Limited crossings, elevated positions, a perfect slaughterhouse. Complete Mongol army waits in silence. Arrows are ready. Patience perfected. Russian vanguard arrives completely exhausted, blind with fatigue. They don't see the trap. Mongols emerge from all directions simultaneously. Complete encirclement achieved. Too late now. The attack signal is given. Hell begins on earth. 20,000 bows fire together. The sky darkens with arrows. Arrows rain down like hail. Russians packed together tightly. A perfect target. Armor is useless against such volume. Each man receives 10 arrows. Russian cavalry charges desperately. Mongols disperse. They reform. Then they shoot. Russian horses are too exhausted. They cannot catch the Mongol riders. Mongols feign retreat once again. Russians fall for it yet again. A Russian prince finally understands. Tactically outmatched completely. Absolute horror visible. The Mongol circle closes tighter. Russians are compressed. Space is disappearing. Cuman allies break and flee. They crash through Russian lines. Panic spreads. Russian formations collapse into chaos. Commanders shout orders desperately. Nobody is listening. Soldiers throw down their weapons. They try to flee. Arrows find backs. Kalka River becomes a deadly bottleneck of death. Mongol Tumans execute coordinated maneuvers, with absolute surgical precision throughout. A prince attempts to regroup soldiers. An arrow volley strikes him down. A young soldier finally understands. This is death itself approaching. The battlefield is covered with corpses. The scale is incomprehensible. Kalka River waters run red. Blood is replacing the water. Mongols are hunting fugitives systematically. No mercy shown. No hurry either. Nobles die alongside common soldiers. The arrows do not distinguish. A Mongol warrior executes wounded efficiently. This is work, not cruelty. The survivors scatter in all directions. Mongol pursuit never ceases. Bodies float downstream steadily. Kalka is blocked by countless corpses. A Mongol archer shoots, fleeing back. Perfect shot executed. Instant death. Mountains of Russian dead bodies. Expressions frozen in their final terror. Dusk falls over the slaughter. 50,000 Russians dead. Total annihilation achieved. Mongol casualties, less than 1,000. Clinical industrial efficiency displayed. Mongol commanders inspect the field. The plan executed perfectly. Complete satisfaction. Subutai's face remains cold. He is already planning his next conquests. 3 princes are trapped on hill. Mstislav of Kiev leads them. They attempt a defensive circle. Completely surrounded by Mongols. A desperate situation. A Mongol envoy approaches them. White flag displayed. A false promise. Surrender your arms now. Oath on the cross. No bloodshed promised. The princes debate desperately. They see no escape possible. They trust the promise. They lay down their swords. The princes believe in Mongol mercy. Final fatal error. Mongols bind the princes immediately. There will never be any mercy. The princes understand the betrayal. Horror strikes. Rage follows. Always too late. Mongol soldiers build a wooden platform. It has a sinister purpose. 3 princes are placed under wooden boards. A unique execution method. Commanders place boards over the living princes. A Mongol ceremonial method. The platform is complete now. Princes trapped below, awaiting their slow death. Mongol warriors prepare a victory feast on the platform above. Food and drink on the boards. Below them, the princes agonize. Mongol celebration proceeds. Laughter rings out. Drinking continues. Below, muffled cries of agony. A feast over dying enemies. Absolute domination is demonstrated. Total humiliation inflicted. The Mongols walk away calmly. Royal corpses remain under the wood. Subutai mounts his horse. He annihilated an army 4 times larger. 20,000 riders depart. 50,000 corpses remain behind them. Ravens arrive at dawn. Thousands of them darken the sky. There are no moans. Wounded died during the night. Only stench remains. Wolves come after the ravens, cautious at first, then frenzied. A feast. First survivors emerge from the forests. 3rd day arrives. They are mute. An old woman searches for son. She abandons after 100th unrecognizable face. They try burying the dead. A ridiculous task. Impossible. They finally surrender. Kalka remains dark red. Bodies float for many days. Water is undrinkable. Kievan banners lie in the mud. Nobody picks them up now. Mstislav of Kiev returns. The prince who fled early. Pure horror. He finds the execution platform. 3 crushed bodies underneath it. He vomits. They dig 3 shallow graves. Hasty work. Apressuratus. Fear is constant. He hammers a crooked cross. No priest present. No epitaphs. Only shame. Soldiers loot their own dead. They need weapons to return home. 2,000 return from 80,000. They are broken ghosts. A young soldier looks back. Nightmares will haunt him forever now. The abandoned battlefield remains. Ravens keep arriving. Earth is digesting death. Kiev's bells are tolling. 3 days without stopping. The messenger collapses, unable to speak. Eyes are empty. Dead inside. 50,000 dead. The number falls like hammer. A boyar collapses. The streets are filled with widows, all dressed in black. Hellish laments. Mothers explain to their children, "Father will not return. Not ever." Priests celebrate funeral masses, without any bodies present, only empty prayers. Weeping icons are everywhere. People swear they bleed. God abandoned the Rus. Chernigov repeats these scenes. Black flags hang. Generations erased. One single afternoon. The marketplaces stand empty. No young men remain. Only elders survive. From Novgorod to Ryazan, smoke darkens the skies. Collective grief spreads. The boyars meet urgently. They don't plan revenge. They ask, will they return? An advisor tracks Mongol retreat. Direction matters little now. They can return. We underestimated them badly. A confession spoken. They called savages tactical masters. They send messengers everywhere. A warning spreads. Eastern demons are real. The forges work day and night. 50,000 weapons were lost. They recruit 14-year-old boys now. Trembling hands are holding swords. They reinforce city walls desperately. Walls look like paper. Mongols crushed open armies. Watchtowers look eastward constantly. Desperate eyes scanning, praying for safety. Princes write to neighbors. Poland, Hungary, Germany. Nobody believes them. Peasants don't wait for orders. They pack everything. They flee west. 14 years pass slowly. Every horizon rider still provokes panic. Veterans age rapidly. They tell stories. Youth don't believe, just exaggerations. Monuments are erected. Names carefully engraved. Fewer people visit. They forget. New generation trains confidently. They didn't see Kalka. The new generation forgets. Mortal sin. But the Mongol Empire does not forget. Ever. Patience is endless. While Rus rebuilds, Genghis conquers China. Persia falls. The machine rolls. Year 1227 arrives. Genghis Khan dies. His sons divide the empire. Batu, grandson of Genghis, receives western lands. Still unconquered. A challenge. He studies maps intently. Rus circled in blood red. Unfinished business. Subutai, now 60, serves as Batu's strategist. The old wolf returns. In Karakoram, Great Khan Ogedei approves. Finish what we started. 150,000 riders assemble. 10 times Kalka's force. This is not reconnaissance. This is extermination. Total conquest planned. In Rus, watchtowers scan horizons. Guards see nothing. Yet, danger approaches. Princes tell themselves, Kalka was a raid. Mongols won't return. The princes are catastrophically wrong. The storm is coming. Merchants bring disturbing news. The Mongol Empire expanded. Persia fell. China kneels. Batu Khan is planning. Kalka was just reconnaissance. Now comes real conquest. Year 1237 arrives. The steppes tremble. 150,000 riders. Not exploration. Watchtowers detect the dust cloud. November month. Fire signals spread. It has arrived. Subutai returns to Russia. 14 years older now. He conquered half Asia meanwhile. Ryazan falls first. Citizens remember Kalka. Now they will live the nightmare. Mongols bring siege machines. Catapults launch boulders. Battering rams pound. Perfect Chinese engineering. Ryazan's prince tears the terms. He prefers to die with honor. The siege lasts 5 days. Centuries-old walls are crumbling rapidly. Day 6, Ryazan burns. Mongols enter the city. Not battle. Pure slaughter. No mercy is shown. Elders are beheaded. Women are raped. Children are massacred. They desecrate churches meticulously. Icons are burning. Priests hang from bells. A message. In 6 days, Ryazan ceases to exist. 30,000 souls completely evaporated. Mongols ride toward the next city. Ryazan will burn for weeks. A warning. Europeans don't war in winter. Mongols thrive in it. Frozen rivers become highways. Kolomna falls in 3 days. Moscow in 5 days. Impossible speed achieved. The Rus is burning. Vladimir falls. Suzdal burns. Rostov collapses. Centuries become ashes. Refugees flee through deep snow. Many die from cold. Winter is killing. Grand Prince Yuri assembles army. Soldiers arrive already defeated, starving, broken. The Sit River battle. 14,000 Russians face 40,000 Mongols. A massacre. Yuri's severed head presented to Batu. The last Grand Prince. A trophy. The Tumans divide systematically. 10,000 riders each column. Organized extermination campaign. Kiev appears. Mother of Russian cities, 100,000 inhabitants, golden domes gleaming. Monka contemplates Kiev's beauty. The future great Khan is impressed. A beautiful city. Batu offers surrender without blood. Very rare offer. Kiev is too beautiful. The prince executes the envoys. Bodies fall from the walls. A clear answer. December 1240 arrives. 150,000 warriors surround Kiev. Patience has ended. The bombardment is incessant. Day and night continuously. Deafening noise. Nobody sleeps. Legendary walls are cracking. Sections collapse dramatically. The impossible is happening. Mongols enter like a flood. Kievans fight every street desperately. Desperate resistance. Church of the Tithes. Thousands of refugees cram inside. The roof collapses. A tomb. Saint Sophia is looted. Icons are melted down. Manuscripts burn. Centuries destroyed. Kiev burns for many days. 100,000 inhabitants. Only 2,000 survive. Batu contemplates the ruins. A jewel destroyed by pride. Dark satisfaction mixed. Mongol banners fly over Kiev. The mother city died. A warning for Europe. 3 years of war. 14 cities are erased. 500,000 dead. A desert. The Rus is a graveyard. 14 principalities are destroyed. Civilization has paused. Winter covers bones with snow. Russian earth is one mass grave. Survivors emerge from the forests. Villages don't exist anymore. Families are dead. Fields lie abandoned everywhere. Crops are rotting. Nobody works the land. Famine arrives. Hunger arrives in spring. Children eat tree bark. Elders die quietly. Then plagues arrive. Typhus spreads. Dysentery kills. Smallpox thrives among crowded refugees. Mass graves without ceremonies. Hundreds die daily now. No prayers spoken. Ruined churches fill nightly. They ask God, why this? The heavens remain silent. Year 1242 arrives. Mongol emissaries return. New demands issued. Rus must formally submit. Surviving princes kneel down. Not from respect. From terror. Resistance means suicide. The terms are brutal. 1/10 of everything. Grain, cattle, men become slaves. Princes travel to Sarai, Golden Horde's capital city, to receive their yarliks, decrees of submission. Sarai is magnificent. Tents become a metropolis. Mongols are the new permanent masters. Humiliating rituals are required. Walk through sacred fires. Prostrate before pagan idols. Some princes refuse proudly. They die with honor. Others swallow shame. They survive. The Baskoks, Mongol tax collectors, infest every Rus city. Meticulous records kept. Ruthless methods employed. Russian princes meet secretly. Submission has divided them. Resistance versus collaboration debate. Alexander Nevsky understands clearly. They cannot defeat Mongols, but they can survive. Nevsky travels voluntarily to Sarai. Generous tribute brought. Theatrical loyalty displayed. Perfect vassal model. Other princes call him traitor. A collaborator. A Mongol dog serving masters. Boyars collect from their own starving people. They see hatred growing. The yoke corrupts. Revolts erupt spontaneously. Peasants kill the Baskoks violently. Momentary victory achieved. Massive reprisals follow. Punitive expeditions teach terror effectively. Entire villages are burned completely. A bloody lesson taught. Cities slowly rebuild themselves. Every building is watched. Recovery is allowed. Not independence. Craftsmen teach Mongols their trades. Blacksmiths, architects, engineers. Knowledge is absorbed completely. A mixed generation is born. From rapes, forced marriages, pragmatic unions. A future hybrid nation. The church adapts pragmatically. Khans tolerate Orthodox faith. Priests bless Mongol banners now. The language absorbs Mongol words. Dengi means money. Yarlik means decree. invisible cultural scars. A generation never knew freedom. Mongols are simply reality. The yoke becomes invisible. The yam is built. Postal relay system connects the empire. New administrative efficiency imposed. Trade routes reopen gradually. Khan protection is provided. Strange prosperity emerges. Not freedom, though. The Kalka veterans die. They warn their grandchildren. Never forget this. But memories fade. Year 1260 arrives. New tribute signed. Kalka was not an event, an era. The Rus is merely a province, a western corner. The empire rules 1/4 of humanity. Decades pass steadily. Generations are born and die without freedom. The yoke continues. Children learn 2 alphabets. Cyrillic script for praying. Mongol script for trading. Annual collection becomes ritual. Baskoks arrive each autumn predictably. Not terror anymore, just resignation. Moscow grows in the shadows. It thrives by serving khans. Ambition is disguised. Ivan Kalita, Moneybag, perfects collaboration completely. He collects with deadly efficiency. Authority over others granted. Other princes kneel before Moscow, not from divine right, from Mongol backing alone. The Mongol Empire is fracturing. Civil wars erupt. The Golden Horde becomes independent. Russian princes test their limits. Small disobediences attempted. Tributes are delayed. Cautious probes made. Year 1327 erupts. Tver rebels violently. They kill Baskoks in streets. Suicidal but symbolic. Moscow leads the punitive expedition. Russians are burning Russian cities. Internal oppression grows. Tver burns completely. But rebellion ignites hope. Whispers spread everywhere. Perhaps Mongols aren't invincible. The Black Death hits Sarai in year 1346. The capital loses half its population. Dmitry Donskoy takes power in 1359. Young, ambitious, he refuses vassalage. Year 1374 arrives. Dmitry does the unthinkable. He refuses the increased tribute demand. Mamai assembles his army. Personal pride is wounded. A vassal defies him. Bloody lesson needed. Dmitry summons the Russian princes. First unity since Kalka battlefield. 157 years later. Kulikovo field appears. September 8th, year 1380. 60,000 Russians assembled, thirsting for vengeance. Russians charge with century-old fury. Each blow avenges a murdered ancestor. They scream dead cities' names loudly. For Ryazan! For Kiev! Battle roars echo. The Mongol lines break apart. First time in living memory. The invincibles are fleeing. Mamai flees the battlefield. The invincibility myth cracks open. Not destroyed completely, but enough. Kulikovo is covered with Tatar corpses. 20,000 dead bodies. Ravens are feasting. Dmitry is wounded but alive. Not independence yet achieved. But he proved. They can bleed. Soldiers cry with joy. Rage released. Relief felt. Generational humiliation is purged. Pure catharsis. Toktamish burns Moscow in year 1382. Revenge for Kulikovo. 24,000 dead. A reminder, the tribute resumes payment. But something has changed. They pay with defiant hatred. Not terror. The horde disintegrates gradually. Rival khanates emerge. Crimea, Kazan, Astrakhan. The giant becomes pygmies. Year 1476 arrives. Ivan III tears tribute demand. With bureaucratic contempt. Simply no. Ugra River, year 1480. Armies stare for weeks. Mongols withdraw. The yoke ends. Chroniclers write, the yoke is broken. 240 years since Kalka. Freedom. But Russia has changed forever. Moscow rules like the Khans ruled. They adopted Mongol methods, the language, the architecture, the administration. All carry Mongol scars. Cultural yoke is permanent. Kalka River Memorial Stone, where everything began. 50,000 dead. 257 years. The physical yoke is broken. The cultural yoke lasts forever. Russia is free, but it is no longer the Rus that rode to Kalka, that Ruses died on the steppes. This Russia was forged in Mongol fire.